It's the weekend. It's Mailbag. This week we are joined by Matt, Pete, and Foxy. We're going to kick off with one from Maggie, just to explain these terrible bins that I'm wearing. So Maggie says, who wears the best Halloween costume in Mailbag? So I've got my Jeffrey Dahmer glasses on just for the occasion.
I mean, talk about the tone setter for the podcast.
Go straight in there.
Matt's gone for like the Mick Foley, haven't you?
I'll take that. Although I saw photos, he was in Liverpool, wasn't he, last week for Comic-Con? And he was in Anfield getting shown around. So you quite like him until then, but no, you can fuck off.
I didn't realise that. To apologise, I retract my statement.
Foxy's got the '94 Everton top on, so I'm guessing Brett Angel.
Could be. I'm also slightly in the dark. I can see my picture as well, so just slightly disappearing. Shaded.
Like Brett Angel.
I think you could do like a really. Go on, Pete. Sorry.
I've come as a Toulouse ultra. You know, the ones who were bouncing around town yesterday. So I've got me all black on.
I tell you what, be devastated to the shop didn't sell a jacket yesterday, wouldn't it?
It's mad that people are actually kicking off about that. I'm like genuinely annoyed at them. It's like didn't seem to be doing any harm, did they? Like
no.
Yeah. You get a bit of a shock if you were queuing up at Greg's and they all come stomping past.
I'm just nipping to Greg's and there's a queue of about 30 French fellas.
I would love to know how they all got through the do you know, because they were going through Central, weren't they, and turning right and going towards the barriers. Like, did the singing continue as they put the tickets through? Like, did they have to all go and buy tickets and queue up in the little kiosk bit? Or they just say, go ahead, lads, we're just gonna let you through. Like
that will put a bit of a damper on it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like, how many tickets do we need here?
Yeah, even all them complaining that you can't buy Merseyrail tickets online. Like, fuck's sake.
Why can't I just use my card on the thing like it's you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How did they have space for the drum? I can hardly stand up whenever I use the trains around here. So, like, where did they put the drum? That's what I want to know.
Don't know. Maybe stood on it.
Sat on it? Can you sit on the drum? Well, then you wouldn't be able to play it then, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Have you been on the new trains, Pete?
I've not, to be honest.
Decent, you know.
Are they all right?
They're all right.
I've got this irrational fear of trains, though. So this goes back to when I was a kid, and I've kind of pinpointed it from when I watched Casualty when I was like 5 or 6, and there was a train derailment. And since then, terrified of trains. Well, but it's like progressed now. And I realised the main fear I've got of trains is getting off at the wrong stop. So I'm convinced if I get on the train, I'm going to end up in like Glasgow or Paris or something, you know, instead of like St. Helens where I used to work. So it
might not be a bad thing.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Some route that like Lime Street, St. Helens, Paris.
That's how convinced I am that I get it wrong. That I just like nod off and then just wake up in Paris and be like, "What's going on here?"
It's a good thing there's no HS2 going north, right? That would be a nightmare for you.
Oh God, yeah. Where would you have ended up on that? See, this is where we need Matt Flusk for a quick political soapbox, isn't it? Right. Now the Halloween thing's out the way, we'll go with the hot topic. So obviously everyone knows what story this is from. What deserves a points deduction in football? Foxy, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got one. So professional refereeing standards. So this is a bit of a relic to back in the 90s, back in the 80s, where you used to have amateur refs. Teacher from Millfield would go and ref the derby or something.
Yeah.
But they weren't any worse. They couldn't do 100 one-handed press-ups, which they can now, but they could actually referee a game. But they also weren't so reliant on having to whatever people thought of them. So if the guy from the week, whose name I've already forgotten, Pawson, if he has a bad game, doesn't do what they want, he won't be on the next game. If Klopp criticises him, he loses it. He spent the last 20-odd years going up to standard, earning 100k a week. There's no way he's ever going to earn that sort of money doing anything else. He's completely reliant on the people above him, thinking highly of him. So he can't make independent decisions. I would bin off professional refs and go back to the old days. So they're not afraid to make a decision.
It's a good point. Yeah, David Ellery was shite, but I don't reckon he was ever asked what a manager thought of him.
Yeah, he did.
On that Monday, he's back. Was he Harrow School?
Yeah, something like that. He's a teacher.
Headmaster Harrow on the Hill, like.
Yeah, like a scary fella, didn't he?
Yeah.
He just wouldn't.
He would have been an arsehole of a teacher as well. Him.
Oh, he was terrible.
You'd imagine.
But he loved a good towel whipping, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but it'd stick up to Klopp, though, wouldn't he? He wouldn't give a fuck. So.
Yeah, that's
Uriah. Was it Uriah Rennie? Was a black belt, like in
yeah.
Yeah, like get him back. Just
He got demoted a few times, I'm sure, didn't he? I'm sure he
yeah,
missed
I
the
think he did have a few shockers in first, so maybe not.
He started off really well, and everyone was like, yeah, he's class. And then he just lost his head and just started throwing out red cards everywhere. Didn't he?
Yeah.
He had a couple of dodgy ones for us, didn't he? Where he just suddenly just went, I hate Everton now. They all do eventually, don't they?
I
They all
retract
do,
my
like, yeah,
One
it's
time.
always like,
retirement
oh,
then,
they're all
yeah.
right then. Yeah, we'll be nice to Everton. And then all of a sudden it's like a switch flips and it's like, no, we hate you. So, yeah. But 12-point deduction, what warrants a 12-point deduction? And I saw someone actually reply this on Twitter, and I absolutely 100% agree. The "your shit are" chant. As soon as that happens, relegate them immediately.
Instantly. Because they come up from the Championship or the Football League somewhere, and that's stuck with them. And it's got no place in the Premier League.
No.
So send them back down straight away.
Any place, like even when people say like, "Oh, it's a championship thing," it's like, oh my God, grow up! Like, is it only children who go and watch lower league footy? Like, Jesus Christ, doesn't give you like right to act like an imbecile. Like,
yeah, it was a thing.
What does that even do? Like, what are you like? What are you trying to achieve by that? Like, when does a goalie ever mess up a kick like that? It's just.
Didn't it start on TFI Friday with Chris Evans? What's his name? Chris Evans.
It was an 80s thing at least.
Or David and Badil or something like that. I just remember something about that, and it was like I remember like a big thing made about it like back in the 90s, and then people thought it was dead funny, and then obviously some people just still think it's dead funny. Suppose it's like the stupid little calm down Harry Enfield thing, innit? Like,
do you know I blame for all that stuff, the way footy's gone. Liverpool's 1996 FA Cup final squad. They are to blame for everything that's wrong with the game now when they turned up in those white suits.
That was the turning point.
Yeah, that was the turning point.
Game's gone. Game's gone.
Shit after that.
Yeah.
Matt, any thoughts on point deductions?
Oh, I've got so many things.
Go ahead, reel them off.
Light shows before games. Get in the bin.
What is it with Midlands Club and Fire?
Like, what are you? It's not the WWE lads. Like, you know.
Don't get into the night.
Oh God!
What's that, Fox?
It's just been invented. They're showing off.
Yeah,
you've got fire. Really. I'm in the Midlands. It's fine. I can say
it. People taking like looking at Newcastle fans here, taking your tops off at the match. Just
There's never a need for that.
Yeah, you get again. That song that all the London clubs sing about, we've got. Every one of them's like, I think Spurs had a version of it for Dele Alli, but every single one of them's got that exact same song for a player, and they just changed the player. Does me head in. Like poverty chanting, obviously at Goodison and Anfield every year. You know, that just needs to just go away. It's just like everyone thinks they're hilarious, but it's just boring. Half and half scarves, obviously. Anyone over the age of oh God, I'm grumpy here. Anyone over the age of anyone over the age of 12 with a name on the back of the shirt. People who wear a footy shirt like over the coat and jumper.
Oh yeah, over a hoodie.
Oh God, yeah.
It's a classic.
I'm checking Foxy's not doing that now, is he? No.
I'm checking the Foxy hasn't got a name on the back of his shirt.
I apologise to anyone who indulges in any of those things, but yeah, I'm just a bit grumpy tonight, and yeah. But I think the main one for me is the light shows. Like I said, like it's not a Take That concert. Let's just calm down. Do you know what else I don't like? Which I realised the other day as well. This might be controversial, but and this isn't just about Liverpool either. But I don't like anthems before kickoff. Like I don't mind one after, but like beforehand, it's just like let's just crack on. Like
that North London Forever thing where they're trying so hard as well.
It's awful, that one. I think that's what like tipped me over the edge. I think like it's not just You'll Never Walk Alone that does me head in before a game. Like it just ruins the atmosphere. Like, you know, I don't really want any music really. But like if you're gonna play something a bit more upbeat at least, like that's just dreary shite. Like play your anthem after like is it Hibs who do Sunshine on Leaf after the game?
Yeah.
Like that's class. Like but even that before the kickoff, like, I don't know. Sorry, Les, a bit of a rant there.
No.
You've really come into your Everton Dar phase, haven't you?
I have. Yeah. You know what? Like
she embraced it.
You know what? She's been away for 2 nights as well, so she'll be like refreshed and feeling ready to go. I'm just a grumpy bastard.
I've got something to add. And this covers both the men's game and the women's game, but the women's game in particular, those cardboard begging signs. I don't mean like when
Oh my
someone,
God, yes.
Can I have your shirt? Can I have your boots? No, get out. If I want to take a flag on the ground, right, I need to have a fire safety certificate. I have to jump through hoops. Like when I go away with women, we have to phone ahead and like send them photos of the flags and all that sort of thing. But someone would just rock up with a bit of cardboard and they have to get fire safety certificates for my flags.
Yeah.
But someone can just come in with a big bit of cardboard and beg for a shirt or
Start
boots.
setting fire to them. The cardboard,
you.
not the fans, the cardboard.
Like in the women's game in particular, Pete, as well. Like it feels like recently, like fans have just like, not all fans obviously, but like a section of fans have just turned into like expecting everything of the players. Like there's that one where like the other day, wasn't it, when the players won't get off the coach and they were singing "Get off the coach" and all this. And like was it Mary Earp? She got stick after our game the other day for like, and I think you said yourself, like she was there signing autographs and speaks to people for ages. It's like what people expect of these. You know, they're not commodities. They're not there to serve you. Like, grow up.
That's it.
Do you think?
But again, it's the mentality, especially with the women's game. Like, and this is I've actually spoken about this loads this week as well, because I was on a Man United thing the other day, which was interesting because they beat us 5-0, and I was like, but we spoke specifically about that, and it was like I worked out that if there's 1,000 people waiting to speak to Mary Earps, for example, if she spent 30 seconds just like interacting with each of them people, it would take her 8.5 hours to get through everyone. And that's just 1,000. So we had this, like, I've had it before. We had it with Izzy Christiansen last season. This is dead bad, by the way. So Izzy got absolutely slammed online by this fella who was kicking off about Izzy ignoring his daughter. And when we'd actually spoken to him about what happened, turns out that when Izzy was coming off at half-time, we just conceded she was coming off at half-time. She couldn't stop for the photo because she's literally going in the dressing room. And this little girl gets upset because her dad's obviously said, "Oh, Izzy will speak to you." You know, he's made her think that Izzy's like her best mate. So Izzy obviously goes down the tunnel because she has to, because that's her job. When she realised that the girl was upset because one of the stewards had mentioned it to her, she gave the shirt to the steward to give to the dad. And it was the last ever home shirt that she had for Everton. This gets worse. So the dad gets the shirt and then goes online and absolutely slates Izzy Christiansen about like the fact that she'd upset his daughter. And then when we turned around and defended her, we'd been getting him tickets for him and his daughter all season. Like, we'd actually sorted him, told him where to park, proper sorted him out. And then he blocked us all. So like, he blocked like me. Sarah Halpin got blocked, even though she was like nothing to do with it. Like, the supporters club got blocked. Everyone got blocked. And it was like, what do you want, mate? But yeah, the entitlements. So yeah, entitlements automatic.
That's the
Not
word.
12-point deduction, just ban them for life.
Imagine asking for a player autograph as they're running off because they've been sub.
Did the kid do like a compo face photo, like the shirt, like but looking sad, like
yeah. But I think, but again, it's like, well, what more do you want? Like, you've got the shirt, so what is it that you want? Like, do you want it to be mascots? Do you want like a meeting? Do you want to come and like train with the players in Finch or something?
Get him in the team.
Yeah. So we had a few. I mean, not as good as that, but we had a few to this. Mike Blake said points deduction should be given for incorrect numbers on players. Agreed. I really think it's why I haven't taken to Patterson. Number 3 on a right back. I'm sure Leeds had a left back who wore 10. Sounds about right. Steve Carlisle, is this a library should be automatic relegation, whether 1 game or 38 games played? My hair burns when it's bellowed out. Steve's hair aflame every time it's sung. Liam, your shit are. Dice out, clubs whose fans regularly wear half and half scarves. Chris Wickham, Man City, Chelsea, but not Everton. Okay. Red Men 19 times, hands across Stanley Park this week, being Man City. And Chad Godfrey, does replay weeping for officiating errors deserve an immediate 3-point deduction and awarded to the opposing team? Yes, I think it does.
Is that in relation to Klopp?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I love this little bit of gaslighting the Reds were doing as well, because we were moaning about referees saying, "Oh, you were telling us to get on with it." Last week, no one was telling them to get on with it. Everyone was saying that was a really shit decision. It was when they started playing up about replays that everyone told them to like grow up. But anyway, that's the Reds for you. The hands across Stanley Park have been retracted now. Godfrey has said, genuine question, was there not talk by the Premier League about removing points deductions for FFP infractions, or am I hallucinating? Isn't there something coming in?
Yeah, it'll be after us.
But it's
Next season. Yeah.
October
Yeah.
26th.
It'll be like that in the ass ban he got for diving. Then no one else got a ban for diving, but he got a ban. It'll be exactly the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll come in the day after.
Nias and Lanzini were the only two, weren't they?
Yeah,
And it conveniently happened in the
That'll be
space of about 2 weeks, and there's been no other dives ever since.
No one's dived
And you know
ever
what?
again. Great rule.
It's never been changed, that rule, That rule is still in place.
But
But apparently no one's dived since. Yeah.
It stopped diving, Pete. It worked.
it was an effective deterrent after all.
Amazing.
Congratulations to the Premier League for curing diving forever. Did a great job. Good process, lads.
Mike Blakey's asked, what is the perfect kickoff time? It's definitely not 2 o'clock on a Sunday. He used to think it was Saturday 3 p.m, but reckons it could be 5:30 on Saturday now. I'm kind of inclined to agree. I do like a 5:30 kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Just before you go on, Les, we're 1 o'clock on Sunday. Don't get
Are we?
Yes, it's been moved. Yeah, both games on Sunday have been moved forward because of something to do with policing the Manchester derby. So
depends
don't
if
get
you're going
caught
to change
out
your
by
clock or not. If you keep the clocks the same, then it's still 2 o'clock. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, the clocks go back as well.
It's very confusing all that. Because when I saw the kickoff time, I thought that's why it was showing up as 1, but then it's like, oh no, it's not. It's like it is actually 1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Very mad. But I agree. I think 5:30 in like August or May is ideal.
Yeah. I like a good 5:30 kickoff because as well you can watch all like you can watch the earlier games as well, can't you? And if you've got a dodgy stick, which obviously I don't condone,
not at
you
all.
can watch the 3 o'clock ones as well. But obviously I don't condone that at all.
Yeah, I think I'd go 5:30. Foxy, what about you?
It depends. If I'm coming up with the kids in 3, 5:30 is difficult. But if I'm not and it's just me, then 5:30 is good. From a drinking perspective, there's more alcohol to be drunk, so that's a bonus for me. Christmas
Eve can leg it, can't it?
Oh yeah, ridiculous. I don't mind Friday night either. We haven't really had many, have we? But
no,
it's just out the way then, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm actually not that bothered about Man City getting moved to the Wednesday because I hate Boxing Day games.
Yeah,
going out the house for 3 o'clock kickoff on Boxing Day just does my head in.
Have you seen the Boxing Day games that are on telly though? They're absolutely shite.
You part out seeing it.
I think one of them's like Luton versus Sheffield United in like the prime 5:30 slot. So
that will be a footballing feast.
Well, big game for us. We'll be watching it.
Yeah, huge game. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's got that Burnley Watford vibe about it already, hasn't it? Yes. Couple from Maggie. Who wears the best Halloween costume in the Everton team?
Ooh.
It's always Jordan Pickford. The answer to any Everton team question is always Jordan Pickford.
I reckon Ben Godfrey could do a good Frankenstein. He's got like the right shaped head to have like fake bolts put on the side.
Yeah.
I reckon Jack Harrison would be a good Dracula.
Yeah, I was thinking Michael Keane for that as well.
That's a great shout. Yeah. Look great in a cape.
He would. Awesome. Nothing else, just a cape.
Michael Keane could do a great Frankenstein, but when he's, before he gets like reanimated, when he's just like, he doesn't have the brain in yet.
But it's just random human limbs on it.
Yeah, just where his arms don't quite work properly yet. There's sort of like 10 seconds behind what he's trying to do.
I don't know why, but I reckon Dwight McNeil would make a good mummy. I reckon you lash some bandages around him. Although
probably not as quick as one, to be fair, as well.
I was thinking, what's his name? Gabaman would have made a great mummy in fancy dress.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He wouldn't have been in fancy dress. That was just because he had loads of bandages on him.
Maggie's also asked, as we are playing West Ham this weekend, what other teams would be good on a butty?
Ooh.
Now Toffee's in London nailed the answer to this one, but I'll hold it back in case anyone's got anything. I was actually looking online, and there's actually a team called the Botswana Meat Commission. So the Botswana Meat Commission is a non-profit body which was established by the government of the newly independent Botswana in 1965. It's got a football team, and it's called Botswana Meat Commission FC.
What a palm? Weren't Parma called like Parmalat at some point? Wasn't that like a food?
That was it was. I get the feeling that was like a yogurt, wasn't it? Parmalat. Or was it?
Yeah, I'm just going to look it up now.
I suppose Parma ham. That's them
Yeah,
on.
yeah, I'll just go Palm. Yeah, I should have just said that, shouldn't I? That would have been a better answer.
We got there in the end. That's the main thing. Parmalat is a food corporation and it does dairy. Oh, and food. So,
Difficult one, though. I feel like I need to put some proper thought into it.
yeah,
Is
well.
It's your Italian team called like Saucisson or something.
There's a couple that do like, but there's
It sounds like sausage to me, so I go for them.
That sounds like, yeah, foodie.
What about spal? Spal on a butty? I don't know what its spal would be, but it sounds like it could be a food. Probably sounds a bit too much like spam to be nice.
Yeah, a bit processed meat.
Like spaghetti bolognese, but like a really wool way of saying it.
Spal ball.
Spal ball.
Oh, Bologna, obviously.
Oh,
yeah, Bologna, yeah. AC Mill ham.
Oh, nice.
Well, there's all the hams, isn't there? There's Gillingham, Fulham. There's all the hams. Toffees in London nailed it with Fortuna Sittard.
Oh, what a shout.
Nice.
Love it.
What
Nice.
a shout.
Congratulations on that.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty much won Mailbag if it was still a competition. TWS, like this one. Coach Steve Rich is boycotting javelin trains because they're made by Hitachi. Now, there is a decades-old grudge right there. What do you boycott and why?
Ooh.
We've all boycotted
yeah.
Crown Paints, Carlsberg, whatever you Standard Chartered, not that I'd ever have the money to anyway, because I'm not a small nation state or whatever they do.
A certain newspaper as well, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
There's a really funny story about Carlsberg, by the way, from Burnley away. I think that might have been a Boxing Day game, or it was around Christmas time anyway. And Burnley thought they were doing us all a solid, like, oh, it's Christmas, let's spread the Christmas joy. So like they have like this like marquee outside the away end where you can actually go outside, and they were giving away free lager, and they thought it was like quite a nice gesture, wasn't it? Because it was Carlsberg, no one would go near it, so everyone was queuing up to buy like bitter and cider from inside. They were like, no, the lager's free outside, and we were like, we're not drinking that.
the people not drink Carlsberg because of Liverpool, or just because it tastes like piss.
Both.
I boycotted it because of Liverpool and would spend twice as much on other beers just not to drink it. It was ridiculous.
Molly runs our coach won't have it on there. He won't allow anyone to bring it. It cannot cross the threshold of the coach if anyone brings it on. He's also got a thing about red things. So, you know, like if you give him a sandwich and it's got tomatoes on, he'll throw it in the bin.
Really? Pretty much that.
He won't just take the tomato off. He said he just hates red.
Yeah.
But clearly.
Yeah.
I think I'm the same with the red. I don't think we've got anything red in the. We've probably got ketchup and tomatoes, but other than that, there's nothing red. I was at work today and
got a red and white mug there, yeah.
Festive orange, that is, Matt.
It is red with white polka dots. It does look quite festive, so, you know, get away with that.
Festive orange, you're fine.
Yeah, open the cupboard and sing red and white shite every day.
I was at work today and a guy was showing me on Google a picture of his son's football team and they played in red and I made him take it down. So I'm not having that on my work screen. Nothing red.
Yeah, so we had a close one with Hoylake. Our kit's maroon. And people say it's red, but it's not. It's maroon. It's a completely different colour. The coach's gear is red, though, which isn't great.
Have I ever told you the story about someone who, I don't know if you have the fucking red things here, but I was just getting the train somewhere one day, and then like I changed trains. I think I was going to London. I could change the crew or something like that, and then I got a tweet off somebody like about 5 minutes later saying, "Just seen you on the train. Can't believe you've got red on. What's going on?"
Remember this.
I was like, "What? This is so creepy and obviously really weird. Like, why don't you just come and speak to me?" And like, just the most bizarre way of broaching that topic ever.
Now we've been friends for years, Matt.
You're off to Paris.
Yeah.
TWS has also asked, what will you not miss about Goodison? The food and drink for me.
Yeah.
The football.
Queues at Kirkdale are bad, aren't they? Like to get on that train back to town.
Oh, yeah. Especially now they keep holding it up, don't they?
That's awful. Like, I've sort of got like a bit of a started like what I think might be a bit of a life hack in the last few home games. I just walk down to Bank Hall instead, and there's nobody there.
Oh, okay.
It's like an extra 10 minutes, but it's much more comfortable.
Yeah.
So, well, that's what I miss. I always feel bad for people who sit in the Upper Gladys, because I walk past that to get to my turnstile every week. So people like Matt Flusk, and honestly, the queue to get in it like goes round towards the church like all the time. And I don't know how people put up with it, because I just walk through mine every week. Like, sound straight in. They must have to queue for like 10, 15 minutes to get in. It's awful.
Yeah, that's what we're like trying to get out in the park end. It's terrible.
After 70 minutes.
Well, exactly, yeah. Can't even get off early now, because he's still there by the time the game finishes.
Mine is similar, and something that Matt just touched on there. My turnstile 17 and 18. Basically, when I first started sitting there, it was only a very small section that covered those two turnstiles, but they expanded it, or they expanded who sat there because one of the lounges got changed or something. So now loads of people have to go through the same two turnstiles, and we still have the same tiny concourse as well. So one, it takes ages to get in, and two, you can never get anything like food or drink ever. It's just impossible to. It doesn't matter how early or whatever you do. It's just impossible to get anything. So the amount of money that the club must lose out on just from people who don't get served is ridiculous. So yeah, that queues basically.
Yeah, but I mean, missing out on the food and drink at Goodison's not a bad thing, to be honest.
I wouldn't know. It's been
you're not
15 years.
Nice to have the option to eat terrible food, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Foxy, where you at with this?
Yeah, I think there's some obvious answers like the players, the pillars, the park end. But I think for me, it's the family closure. It's shocking. You guys won't ever sit there. Sorry, Les. You go in the family enclosure. I was there for the Luton game. And it's one again with the kids. It's really hard to get tickets, and you go in there and you kind of think it's be full with kids, which is like what it's for, right? Close to the pitch, and it's not. It's just full of people the same age as me, with other of their mates who are the same age as me. And I know it's hard when you get your season ticket, but I guess they've had those tickets for 20 years. They've never moved.
Yeah.
And then you get all the kids in the back of the main stand, and they can't see anything, or the back of the Gladys, or the back of somewhere else, and you just can't see anything with small kids. So yeah, getting rid of the family enclosure.
Phone signals crap in there as well, I know.
Yeah, it's crap everywhere, isn't it? Is it?
I mean, if we're going to be, in the ground in general, it's awful. Like, if we're going to be checking other team scores, see if we're staying up or not, like, it'd be nice to be able to get on your phone and see what the Luton Sheffield United result is, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 1-1. Come on.
I actually realised the other day as well, Walton Hall Park has got free Wi-Fi. It's actually ahead of the curve with Goodison. And I mean, I've been going there since I don't know how long it's had it for, but I saw a little sign saying log into free Wi-Fi here, and I was like, "What?"
Does it work as well?
It works, yeah. It actually works. Proper Wi-Fi. I mean, obviously there's less people there, but still, it's just nice.
That's nice all right. That Everton are going to definitely charge for Wi-Fi at the new pound, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They monetize us.
Season tickets.
Yeah, 777.
It's going to be like the Ryanair stadium, and it will get charged for absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing that they were saying they're looking at doing in the Bundesliga? Like, it came out after the Liverpool VAR thing, where you can download a VAR app on your phone, and like when there's VAR decisions going on, like you can log in to the VAR app and you can see like what the referees like looking at and whatever on your phone as they're making the decision.
That's brilliant, that.
Yeah.
Imagine only throw the
No. Why don't you just go one step further and just like have a vote on it?
Yeah.
You get to vote on whether it's given or not.
It's pretty much what they're doing now, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Like Gladiators back in the day, you know, like the prop. I don't mean like the dodgy 90s TV show. I mean Colosseum Gladiators.
Oh, you mean back in the day? Back in the day, and you had the Emperor do that, and then we'd have to like vote whether someone gets sent off.
Like real life, you're the ref. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you are the ref. That was amazing. Oh right, I saw it was on the Chase the other day. Right, if a team scores an own goal from a direct free kick, so that if they take a direct free kick and it goes in their own net, how's the game restarted?
What were the options?
The options were
Corner, I'd say.
it's an own goal, corner, or a goal kick.
Penalty to Liverpool. What's the other one?
I think corner was in my head for some reason as well, so I'm going to go with that.
It is a corner.
Yeah.
Which
Because I
is
remember,
weird.
do you remember the throw-in a few years ago when Birmingham were playing? Were they playing Aston Villa?
Yeah,
Villa,
England.
Yeah, and there was someone took the throw-in, and the keeper missed it with his feet, but kind of like, and it went straight in. And the correct decision should have been corner, but what they were trying to say was that it slightly touched the bottom of his foot.
Scuffed his studs, apparently.
Yeah. And if he wouldn't have touched it at all, it would have been a corner.
Yeah.
And it was like, so it went down as a goalkeeper own goal. And it was like, I've looked back at it 100 times and he never touched it. That was just clearly the excuse, wasn't it?
I'm trying to think of a situation like, well, like, is there any way like you could make that work to your advantage? I suppose the only way is say if someone played like a terrible back pass and like say Pickford was like about to clear it and he had like two Liverpool players like running right at him and the ball's going back towards his goal. You could like instead of like kicking it and risking the ball hitting one of them and going in, you could just like let it go in, couldn't you? And then they'd have a corner instead of a goal.
Oh, yeah, if the throw had been taken.
Is that how it works?
I think so, yeah.
No, if the throw-in was bad, yeah, that would be the preference.
Yeah.
That would be preferable, yeah. I mean, a direct free kick, though, I couldn't imagine someone standing on the edge of the box and then just turning around and volleying it past him.
Maybe. I mean, our players would go back to the keeper at any chance. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Still and Michael Keane might be in contention for it. Who knows?
Like, imagine Go on, Pete, sorry.
No, Keane would do it by accident. He'd be trying to hit it that way.
Like,
totally miss it and rock it to back heel into the top corner.
Like, even if you knew the rules and knew like he could do that to help, like you'd have to have some bottle to do that, wouldn't you?
It would be funny,
game. Like to let the ball go in your own net, like with free play, like charging you down or something.
Yeah, you can guarantee that the referee would fuck up and give a goal though.
Yeah,
100%.
Could you imagine it though? Like, could you imagine like the proper to the fans? You scored, didn't you?
Pickford will try and do that against Newcastle or something, and it'll just go terribly wrong.
Yeah, 100%. Right, that's it for the first half. By the way, we'll come back in the second half with questions from Dales, Toffee Nose, Warren Stephen Sheehan, and a really bad one from Laura to finish. So we'll be back in a minute. See you soon. And we are back. Straight in to pertinent question from Dales. What's the cleanest or most luxurious toilet you've ever visited? I remember going to some ridiculously clean ones in Hong Kong, which had like a fella to squirt out the soap for you, which was all very embarrassing, really.
God,
but they were very clean.
I've travelled with work quite a bit in business class. So I've been to some very nice lounges in very nice airports. And it's similar to that. You kind of walk into the toilet, you get escorted to a cubicle. The cubicle is like a solid wooden panel, so no noise escapes from said cubicle, which can be a bonus after quite a long flight. And then you come out and you get like the squirty treatment from the guy there, giving a towel. He almost like dries your hands for you.
Too much. Yeah.
It's a bit, I don't really need it. So at that time, I'd rather have space than intimacy, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I just don't get that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you do wonder the next logical step for the absolute super rich is that the toilet attendant comes over with a pair of tongs and just holds it for you. Gotta be the next step.
It depends what you're doing, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
Like the ones that come to mind, like, have you been to the top of the Shard, the little bar there?
I've not. No.
So like they're very clean, and you can see out the window as well. So while you're having a piss in the urinal, so that's fun.
Ooh.
That's a good view. Yeah, I think I've been to an office in like the 23rd floor. I think of that.
Yeah, and like in the real world, like in town, like the toilets in the Phil are always really good.
Yeah, they smell.
Phil.
They smell old.
Great.
Yeah. Isn't there a thing about the Phil toilets though that like girls are allowed to go in the men's toilets because they're to see them, because it's like because of the mosaic and everything. There's an actual thing that they're allowed to go in there if they want to look. I mean, why you'd want to go in a lad's toilet because they stink?
Oh, because it's like a public interest sort of thing.
Yeah. It's because it's like a listed toilet. Basically, you're allowed to actually go in there and like have a look. And then
so the girls' toilet's not as good.
I was going to say, could that be the only gaff in the world where the girls' toilets are worse than the men's? I remember being at a pub in Cumbria one time, and the fella's toilet, I think Jay was about, oh my God, he must have been about 6 months old. The fella's toilet was literally one cubicle outside. So I balanced him on the back of a toilet seat, changing his nappy.
Oh.
And as I walked back in, I saw upstairs was the women's, and it had a baby change. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll just go and have a look. It was massive, like proper, like nice, well-kept toilet with a huge baby changing facility. And it was like, come on, what's, you could have let me onto this before I went in there.
I wouldn't say any more about snooping around women's toilets though, mate. Maybe.
No, probably not. It's not a good look, is it? Even with me Jeffrey Dahmer spectrum.
We're going to talk about bad. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say the name of that pizza place around from the Denby.
Oh, Rudy.
Really
yeah.
Sorry? Rudy, that's the one, yeah. And it's got open toilets. Those are the weirdest toilets.
And it's got the 2 doors as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Same place.
Very easy to get lost in that bit of there.
Yeah.
And you kind of, again, at a toilet, you don't really want to be observed by other people, but I feel at Rudy's, there's lots of opportunity for that.
So on that then, what's the worst toilet you've been in? Because
I've got one.
The toilets in Amsterdam, right? Not only are some of them absolutely rank and swimming on the floor, they have the V shape in the door. So basically, if you're sat on the toilet, people can just see your head in the cubicle. So the way toilet doors don't like go to the top and go to the bottom, these have actually got a V shape in them, so your head like sticks out. So that's got to be the worst for me. That's not getting beat for me. Go ahead, Pete.
I was going to say about one in Australia when I was a kid, and it was like, like they call it dunny, don't they? But it's basically, we were on Kangaroo Island, right? So it's like basically literally just.
Did you dream this?
It's an island with kangaroos. Look it up. It's a lovely place. It's like there's like sea lions and all kinds and penguins and all that. But anyway,
kangaroos.
But I always remember going to. I needed the loo when we were like in the outback on this island, and we stopped at this like rest stop thing, and the only way to describe it is I had a wee, and my wee didn't hit the floor until I was leaving, and it was like just basically like a massive drop with like a toilet, like a toilet seat on it, and it was the most terrifying thing ever, because like Australia as well, it's not exactly it's not known for like its nice insects and you know what I mean, like
not at all
and things. It was terrifying, but yeah, it was the type of thing. If I would have fell in, I would never have been found.
You are constantly on your guard there, aren't you? Especially when you go to the toilet, that something's gonna like come up and get you. Or just crawl down and get you. Yeah. I've just looked, Kangaroo Island. It's off not that I didn't believe you, but it is off the coast of Adelaide.
Adelaide, that's where my family is.
Yeah.
And we went to a place called Lee Creek as well, where I got a splinter under my thumbnail in a really bad, in an outback like pub place that we'd stopped in. And my mum was about 2 minutes away from like calling the flying doctor and all that sort of thing. But yeah, that's another story. But it's not toilet related, so we'll keep that for another day.
Yeah, so on this Kangaroo Island as well, they've got a Seal Bay Conservation Park, and they've got something called Raptor Domain, which sounds like, quite frankly, terrifying.
Yeah, there's caves as well. You've got like these caves.
Yeah.
It's Jurassic Park. There's literally kangaroos just knocking around everywhere. It's great.
Emu Ridge Eucalyptus Oil Distillery. This is the most Australian place on the planet. It's got everything. Matt, having been a student in Leeds and a veteran of several festivals, you must have been in some bad toilets.
Leeds Festival, toilet was the one that came to my mind. And there's always that rumour, like that story every year, like, oh, do you about that person that fell in?
Yeah, they got tipped over.
Like it happened every year, yeah. But like, yeah. Oh, God, no. The only word I'll say is troughs.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, grim. Toffee nose. Oh God, bring it down a bit here. Do you ever sometimes genuinely sit back and think, what is the point of all this? I assume he's talking about Everton and not life in general. Is it just habit, or do we go the game hoping one day we will get back to winning something? I think I've lost that pretense now. My dad is like definitely saying he's never going to see us win anything in his lifetime. The kids are also questioning that as well now. So, yeah, it's a habit, and I don't even think I've got the FOMO anymore of like I might miss something great. It's a bit of a habit, I think, for me.
When we get our 12-point deduction, we'll go on a little adventure down the leagues for a few years, and then we're going to win the Johnson's Paint Trophy or whatever it's called. Now, we'll win League One.
Papa John's, is it now? Something mad like
We'll have
that.
the time of our lives.
Instead of getting knocked out by Blackpool reserves or something.
If we go far enough, the Zenith data will still be available for us, and we can rightly win that back.
Oh God, yeah, let's have that.
I don't know. It's just like that hope has gone a bit, hasn't it? Really, it's like
Feels like it.
Like I never felt like we were gonna win something like on the Moyes, but like it felt like we had like things went for us, we'd have a chance, but
yeah,
it's like it's just boring, just surviving, isn't it? Like
yeah.
That's not me sitting here saying like I want us to get relegated. Like I just want us to be better at footy, but
yeah. I mean, when you think about it, the 12-point deduction could be a good thing because we might start playing like one of those teams that are already relegated. You know, when teams are really shit and they're relegated by about March, and then they go on they don't lose for the next like 6 games, but they're already down.
They always beat us. Always beat us.
God, yeah.
But like, what does that mean now? Like, so say like on Sunday, like if it's 1-1, like, do we have to go for like? Are we more likely to have to go for it because we're scared about this points deduction, or like we could just do with gnome, really, couldn't we? Like, if we're gonna get one or not, so we can start trying to make it up.
Tell us in May.
Yeah.
Hold on.
When we're 11 points clear.
Yeah. There's 7 points clear. 8-point deduction. Off you go.
Absolutely nailed on that. Warren, okay, if you were transported back in time to 60 years ago, which would be what, 1940-ish?
No, 63.
No, 63.
Bloody hell, yeah. See, I'm still living in the 90s.
It's no longer the 90s, though, Sam.
Oh God, yeah, to the 60s.
This T-shirt's confused you. My fault.
That's what it is. What would you do? Probably go and watch Everton, to be honest.
Would have been good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So is this like a Back to the Future? You go back and come back again? Because if it was
let's do that.
Then I would just invest in a bank account and let it grow, or set up a pensions account or something, and just be as wealthy. Because it's all just for my personal gain. No mankind or anything. No earlier mention of a cancer cure. None of that. Just invest, make some money, and reap the rewards when I get older.
Foxy's definitely the guy who says if you get 3 wishes, like I'd wish for 3 more wishes, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foxy, though, right. My luck would be I would do exactly that. And my pension pot would fall in with Robert Maxwell. And I'd lose a lot. Sorry, Pete, go ahead.
I was going to say, what's just been described there is what Biff did in Back to the Future.
Yeah. That's the original.
Like this. He basically turns into Donald Trump, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, do you know, I'd go back and be a mod and get a scooter and a nice suit and watch Everton and drink on Matthew Street, and that would be great.
I wonder why Warren's picked the very precise, specific number, that isn't it? I wonder why he's gone with that. Like something on his mind about the 60s, maybe.
Could be.
Go and see the Beatles.
Yeah, probably do that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd write "Hey Jude" before the Beatles did and claim all the royalties.
Isn't that a film as well? Like the Beatles didn't exist.
Yeah, isn't it? It's Peter Jackson. Is it Peter Jackson?
I don't know. I've not watched it.
Peter Jackson did the documentary one.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. Stuff like that just makes me, not the documentary films like that, just make me teeth itch a bit.
Yeah,
it's quite long.
Does it make your hair burn like Jack's dad? I can't get that on my head now. My hair burns when that is bellowed out. That's amazing.
What was that about again?
It was about, is this a library? Chance.
Oh God, that's awful. That one.
Yeah. Yeah, it burns. I love that. Oh God, Stephen Sheehan's asked, what is one thing you've always wanted to learn to do but never got round to it? Okay, full disclosure, I got an acoustic guitar for my 40th birthday. I'm now 46 and I still can't play it. So that, for me, I think.
Have you learned like the basic chords yet?
Absolutely not. No.
I'll send you some YouTube, as we're on YouTube right now. I will send you some YouTube clips, and I will make sure you learn guitar.
Okay, thanks, mate.
You need to learn. If you learn 4 chords, you can play pretty much every song that's ever existed.
I'm punk rock, mate. I only need 3.
Yeah,
exactly. There you go. Honestly, and all you do is
too lazy for that.
There's a guy called Marty Schwartz, right, and he does all these like free, tutorials on YouTube, and it's so just find any song that you like and search for it and search for his name, and you'll learn it. Honestly,
What's his name?
Marty Schwartz.
Sounds got it. I mean,
yeah. So next week's question is, Les play.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Mailbag live. Yeah.
Yeah. Maggie's acoustic guitar round.
Yeah. I've always wanted language for me. Like I can speak a bit of Spanish, but like I'd love to be able to speak fluently. But like every time I've made conscious efforts to try and do it, like just things have happened that have stopped it. Because it is like a luxury, isn't it, really, to do it now.
Yeah.
But
and Duolingo's a needy little bastard as well.
Yeah, it is.
Never tried that, really.
Oh God, doesn't shut up. Constantly on it. Yeah.
What a gobshite. Can't wait. Duolingo's a cop-out.
100%, without a doubt. Wears a hoodie with the top over it. Foxy, what's on your list?
It's a bit similar to yours. So I used to be a bassist in a punk band when I was younger. And
oh my God. Have we got any photos of this?
Yeah, there probably are, but I'd love to be able to play music. I'm not a musician.
Were you basically there, Sid Vicious, then? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I learned over about a week and a half. It was dead simple. It's like 4 chords, 3, yeah, maybe.
Did you look good doing it though?
Yeah, I had green hair and piercings back then. I looked a bit different to now.
Oh, this is amazing.
Awesome. You don't need to make any sense with what you're playing if you look that good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was good.
And unless anyone's got anything else on that one, we good. Final question. Just a simple yes or no. Laura, dating cop-outs acceptable or not?
No, never.
No, but I did marry one. We are divorced. No, you know.
You didn't date, just went straight from me
straight to marriage.
Yeah, just skipped marry them straight away.
Married at per site, cop-out edition.
How did that end up, Les? Was that good?
What's that?
How did it end up?
It didn't end well. So, you know, we're no longer married. Let's just say that.
And that's the lesson to everybody.
Well, there it is, yeah, you know.
That's why.
Foxy, what you saying, yes or no?
I'm going to say if they're wealthy. Goes back to my Biff answer from before. If they've got money, they go for it. If not, they bother.
Fair enough. Matt?
No for me.
No, fair enough.
Come on.
And then we will actually finish on this one from Maggie. She said, mailbag, stare silently into the abyss, please. So we will just stare silently into the abyss until fade.
Does that mean the camera or off?
I think it means silent, Pete.
Just clarifying where I'm staring.
I feel like you need to
whatever.
I feel like you need to dub like a very solemn version of Z Cars over the top of this.
Oh God, yeah, the violin.
The violin, yeah, the violin Z Cars, yeah.
Let's stare silently for a few seconds and think about things.